Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Taekwondo player Paralympian Govardhan makes history for Nepal at the quarterfinal to grab Nepal's first bronze. Leaders agreed not to include a statute of limitation in corruption cases. State Affairs and Good Governance Committee unanimously decides to reject the proposed provision. Ukraine's President Zelensky urges Western countries for permission to enter deep into Russia and launch long-range missiles. Requests Mongolia to arrest Putin during his visit. And China continues to lead the medal tally on the third day at the Paris Paralympics. It bags 25 medals, including 12 gold, Great Britain in the second position. Taekwondo athlete Paralympian Govardhan has won for Nepal a historic bronze at the Paris Paralympics. She's become the first Nepali player to win a medal at Paralympics K44 women's under 57 kg. Police player to participate in the Paralympics, Bhim Bahadur Kumal, will play in the men's 50-meter freestyle S9 category on Monday. After making history for Nepal, Taekwondoin Paralympian Govardhan has said she has achieved the goal of clinching a medal she had set for herself. She also called on the government to raise investment in the sports sector.
I feel really happy, really proud. मैले 10 वर्षको उमेरमा हुँदाखेरि जुन सपना देखेको थिएँ as a 21 मा भएर पुरा भएको छ also हैन सबै गुरुहरुलाई म धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु my parents so I don't know, it was really tough match हैन सबैजना अलि nervous पक्कै पनि थियो होला I was really nervous हैन so it was a tie 8-8 को 7-7 को tie भइरहेको थियो so I was already thinking कि मलाई त्यो टोकियोको म्याच याद आउन थाल्यो कि लाइक त्यही ब्रोन्ज मेडलको लागि मैले फाइट गरिरहेको थिएँ त्यो बेला चाहिँ I didn't give my best and मैले बेस्ट दिए पनि I lost so मलाई त्यही फिलिङ फेरि म नफिल गर्ने भनेर I was just last 10 seconds I just did stab attack and finally ring bajyo and here we have first ever historical medal for Nepal. So we can, now everyone is proud, all Nepali can say we have one medal. And this one medal means a lot for us after धेरै वर्षपछि हामीले पाएको the first one and it's always a thrill whether it's a bronze यो bronze पनि हाम्रो लागि ठुलो नै हो but Nepal government like I don't know उनीहरु पहिला जहिले पनि राम्रोसित खेल राम्रो like performance राम्रो भनेर भन्थे but कसैले पनि हुन्छ नि मेडल ल्याउँछ भनेर चाहिँ कसैलाई पनि विश्वास हुँदैन थियो कि so hopefully हैन मैले गर्यो मेरो टिममेट्सहरु गर्यो म मात्र हैन अरु नन पारा प्लेयर्सहरु पनि धेरै केपेबल छ हैन उनीहरुले पनि धेरै चान्स पायो भने I am sure नेपालमा there will be more than thousands of medals for Nepal and everyone will make our country proud. Definitely लगानी गर्नुपर्छ because मैले खाली म्यानचेस्टरमा 1 month ट्रेनिङ गरेको थिएँ त्यो पनि नेपाल ताइक्वान्डो एसोसिएसनहरुको फन्डिङमा अनि 1 month मा मैले यति अचिभ गर्न सक्छ भने जस्ट इमेजिन हैन त्यति नै सबै प्लेयर्सहरुलाई गर्यो भने इट्स अमेजिङ हैन सबैले गर्न सक्छ भन्ने
Leaders have agreed not to include statute of limitation in corruption cases in the bill to amend the Prevention of Corruption Act 2002. According to Minister for Home Affairs Ramesh Lekag, at yesterday's meeting of the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee under the House of Representatives, the committee unanimously decided to reject the proposed provision to limit the investigation of corruption.
यो सरकारको चाहिँ त आग्रह छ सरकार यसलाई हटाउने कुरामा तयार छ समितिको सबै मान्य सदस्यहरू तयार हुनु भएको हुनाले अब यसमा कुनै कन्फ्युजन नराखौं यसलाई चाहिँ त हटाइदिउँ र जहिले सुकै चाहिँ त मुद्दा चल्न सक्ने स्थितिलाई सुनिश्चित गरौँ
Committee Chair Ramhari Khatiwada has said that following the removal of 5-year statute of limitation, cases against corruption can now be filed at any point of time.
हटाउने सरकारको प्रस्ताव सर्वसम्मतले हटाउने निर्णय गर्न समितिलाई अनुरोध गर्दछु र समर्थन गरिदिन अनुरोध गर्दछु यो प्रस्ताव पारित भएको घोषणा गर्दछु अब अभ्यास
Following widespread criticisms, members of the committee had also suggested to remove the statute of limitation. Earlier, lawmakers from Nepali Congress, CPN UMO, CPN Maoist Center, Rashtriya Swatantra Party and Rashtriya Prajatantra Party had also proposed amendments opposing the inclusion of statute of limitation in corruption cases. Now, it has been proven that the bomb that exploded and the other one did not in Falelungra municipality, Ward number 5, Prangbung of Pachthar were both made during the armed conflict era. Nepal Army and Nepal Police have said that the explosion had killed 2 children while improvised explosive device IRD was found in the same location. 11-year-old Dipsan Sawa and 2.5-year-old Prinsa Sawa, son and daughter of Dilip Sawa, were killed in an explosion at the house of Maoist cadres Aitaraz Kerung in Daragao Toll of Falelung 5, Prangwung yesterday evening. The explosion also injured 10-year-old Pawan Rai, son of Gyan Bahadur Rai. Pawan has been referred to Koshi Hospital in Biratnagar from Pachthar Hospital. Another bomb found near the house where the explosion took place was disposed by the technical team of Nepal Army. District Police Office Pachthar DSP Hemanta Bhandari said that the device that exploded had rusts and the other device that was disposed yesterday was also very old. Bhandari suspected that both the devices were made during the period of armed conflict. Police has said that the devices have to be sent to the forensic laboratory to find out about the detail. Meanwhile, the National Human Rights Commission has directed for fair investigation into the explosion which resulted in the death of the children. The Commission has also directed for free treatment of those injured and compensation to the family of those deceased. It has also directed the government to dispose such explosive to avoid such incidents in the days ahead. A communique issued by the Commission has stated that the explosion was against the Comprehensive Peace Accord that was reached some 18 years ago. Minister for Home Affairs Ramesh Lekhak has said the bomb explosion in Pachthar that killed 2 minors was from the armed conflict era. Organizing a press conference yesterday, Minister Lekhak said it had been proved that the bomb was installed during the armed conflict period. He also added that further investigation on the incident was underway.
हामीलाई प्राप्त जानकारी अनुसार पुरानो हो भन्ने नै हो पुरानो ग्रेनेड नै हो यो सशस्त्र द्वन्द्वको बेलाको नै चाहिँ त बम ग्रेनेड पड्केर चाहिँ त यो दुखद घटना भएको छ अब कस्तो दुखद छ भने हेर्नुस् न भक्कर हामीले 17 वर्षकालीन न्यायको कुरा टुङ्ग्यायौं शान्ति प्रक्रियाका बाँकी रहेका कामहरू टुङ्ग्यायो भन्यो अहिले पनि चाहिँ त सशस्त्र द्वन्द्वको पीडा अझ पनि जीवित छ र अहिले पनि चाहिँ त फड्केर दुखद घटनाहरू भइरहेका छन्.
Minister Lekhak also said the ministry's priority was to formulate laws for Nepal Police, Armed Police Force and election. He added that a draft of laws for police and election was under consideration in fact at the Ministry of Finance, and the draft of Armed Police Force Act had reached its final phase.
नेपाल प्रहरीको कानुनमा केही जटिलता केही चाहिँ त समय सापेक्ष रूपले परिमार्जन गर्नुपर्ने अवस्था विद्यमान छ त्यसका लागि यो मन्त्रालयले विधेयक अगाडि बढाइसकेको छ त्यही कानुन बमोजिम गर्ने गरेर त्यो कानुन चाँडो बढाउने प्रक्रियामा हामी छौं.
The minister also informed that 3 people had been arrested for protesting in Tulikhel last week during celebrations of the Gaura Parva. He said every citizen had the right to protest, however it was wrong to do so at a festival venue. The 3 arrested were released yesterday itself. Family members of those who went missing during the armed conflict era have shared their grievances regarding the state failure in finding about the status of their missing dear ones. With the condition of the member or family uncertain, even after 2 decades, their plight increases every passing moment. With the state yet to provide concrete information about their status, many families have not been able to transfer the ownership of land, while others have been compelled to prefer legal declarance of death and move on with their lives. Spouse of Chuma Acharya of Ghorahi sub-metropolis, Ward number 17 of Dang, Thaneshwar, was a teacher in Mugu. He had gone missing while returning to Mugu from his home on 15th of August 2002. A total of 22 years have gone by since her spouse has gone missing, but Chuma and her family have not received any information about Thaneshwar, while she has been compelled to face several problems, including complication in transfer of ownership of land, which is currently in the name of her father-in-law. Spouse of Masuri Chaudhary of Dangi Sharan Rural Municipality, Ward number 3, Dang, Hariram Chaudhary had also disappeared 22 years ago. Masuri had initially thought that her husband had gone to visit relatives, but she was shocked when she found out that the army had a role in Hariram's disappearance. Despite her baby, who back then was inside her womb, now turning 22, Masuri remains unaware about the condition of her spouse. She was compelled to prepare a legal death certificate from the ward office after the government officers demanded death certificate of her husband when she had told them about his missing status. A total of 126 people had gone missing during the armed conflict era in Dang alone. While the government has endorsed the bill related to transitional justice, it remains to be seen what actions will be taken for those still missing. In our Public Voice segment, we've asked in several provinces how easy is it for them to get services from the local levels. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
लोड सेडिङ नभए नि बत्ती गइरहेको हुन्छ अनि अब कुनै शुल्कहरू तिर्न राजस्वहरू तिर्न जाँदाखेरि पनि अब लाइनमा बस्नुपर्छ समय बर्बाद भएको छ
वार्डको अध्यक्षहरूले त्यहाँको सचिवहरूले सेवा सुविधा दिनुभएको छ
गाविसको मिलेर एउटा पालिका बनाए हुनाले कतिपय अवस्थामा बुढाबुढीहरू तिनीहरूले चाहिँ पालिकाको केन्द्रसम्म पुग्नको निम्ति अलिकति डिस्टेन्स चाहिँ अलि गाह्रो बनाएको छ
आफ्नो मान्छे भएपछि अलि चाँचाले गरौँ भनेपछि गरी पनि हालिदिन्छ हैन र सिधै चाहिँ आफ्नो छैन भने अलि कहिले के एकछिन हुन्न एकछिन पछि हुन्छ कहिले के भन्नु त भन्नुहुन्छ
केही न केही आर्थिक लोभ यदि दियो भने काम छिटो भइहाल्छ आर्थिक लोभ दिन सकेन भने त्यसको काम पेन्डिङ गर्ने झुलाउने प्रायः यो देखिरहेछ
कोही अन्य पार्टीको हुँदा चाहिँ काम गर्न त्यति सजिलो हुँदैन गाह्रो नै हुन्छ
कर्मचारीहरू कार्यालयमा नबसिदिने बसे पनि अरू कामले गर्दाखेरि भुलाइदिने
जनताको काम चाहिँ छिटो समयमा गरिदिन पर्यो
आउँदाखेरि 3:50 भयो थियो अनि छुट्टी भयो अब उहाँहरूले भन्नुभयो त आइतबार आऊ 10 बजे काम हुन्छ तिम्रो
सेवाग्राहीहरूले नबुझेको कारणले पनि अलिकति ढिला सुस्ते हुने गर्दछ
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what do you term the situation where bomb explosions are causing deaths even after 18 years of the end of armed conflict? Your options are A, irresponsible management of arms, B, irresponsible protesting entities, and C, public always in fear. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The largest chunk of foreign investment has been reported in the industrial sector in Nepal. Around 300 billion rupees has entered in the country in foreign direct investment or FDI. Based on the survey report on FDI in Nepal made public by the Economic Research Department of Nepal Rashtra Bank, industrial sector accounts for 59.7% of total FDI stock. Electricity, gas, steam and air conditioning sector stands the highest with 30% of the total FDI stock, followed by manufacturing sector with 29.4%. About 40.2% of total FDI stock is in the service sector. Of this, the financial and insurance sectors constitutes 26%, information and communication 6.7%, and accommodation and food services 6.3% of total FDI. The survey results show that the stock of FDI in Nepal has increased by 11.8% to 295.5 billion rupees at the end of 2022-23. Paid-up capital is the major component in FDI stock as it accounts for 52.8% of total FDI, whereas the reserves and loans in total FDI stock accounts for 33.7% and 13.5% respectively. This survey was conducted primarily through structured questionnaire among enterprises that had obtained approval from NRB to bring in FDIs. Out of the 754 active enterprises that had obtained FDI approvals from NRB, 238 enterprises responded to the survey. Now, the most discussed bill at the Legislation Committee of National Assembly was the Media Council Bill. Although agreement has been reached on majority of the issues, discussions have been on hold since 2 weeks because of two major agendas. The Media Council bill, ever since being registered at the National Assembly, has courted controversy for various proposed provisions. Stakeholders have been piling pressure to not endorse the bill without corrections. However, the government has remained indifferent towards the bill since 2 weeks. Agreement has not been reached on Clause 6 of the bill, which is related to the formation and operation of the Media Council. Based on the proposed provision, the government will have the authority of appointing the Council's chair. Likewise, provisions have also been included for a recommendation committee under the coordination of Secretary and Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, and an expert suggested by the government itself. The other clause that has invited heated debate is Clause 15, which is related to the special provision for appointment of the Council's chairperson. Based on the provision, in case the incumbent chair is suspended over corruption charges and the position remains vacant for over 3 months, the committee will have the authority to recommend another candidate to fill the post. However, the bill does not clarify of a scenario after that where the suspended chair is given a clean sheet. Experts say these two provisions suggest that the government wants to have the authority to appoint and remove any individual from the position when needed and keep control of the council. The committee has yet to reach an agreement on these two clauses. However, voices have also been raised regarding the years of journalism experience required to become chair and members of the council. Based on the proposed bill, one would need to have at least 15 years of experience in journalism to be eligible for the chairperson post and 10 years to be a member. Although the government assigned the committee to find a consensus on the provisions in question, its own indifference has left the bill stranded at the moment.
तदारुक देखाउनु पर्ने सरकारले हामीले भन्दा पनि सरकारले चाहिँ आफ्नो विधेयकलाई चाहिँ अब छिटो ल्याउनु पर्ने हो र पास गराउनु पर्ने हो। अब मैले धेरै चाहिँ सचेत बनाएको छु, उहाँहरूलाई पटक फोन गरेर भनेको छु।
Stakeholders have also expressed interest on Clause 18 of the bill, which requires chairperson of a media organization and operators to disclose details of their investments and the source of their funds. This provision has been disputed as it is the responsibility of the company registrar's office. The committee has approved of this clause despite disagreements and without holding adequate discussion. Experts warn the Media Council will not be independent if the current bill is endorsed without corrections.
यसमा पुरै प्रक्रियामा सरकारको नियन्त्रणमा छ। सरकारले आफूले चाहे जस्तो मिडिया काउन्सिल बनाउन सक्छ। सिफारिस समिति पनि त्यही अनुसारको छ, भोलि बन्ने कमिटी पनि त्यही अनुसारको छ। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि यसरी बन्ने कमिटीले यसरी बन्ने काउन्सिलले भोलि गएर स्वायत्त रूपमा काम गर्न सक्छ भन्ने सम्भावना चाहिँ कम गर्दछ।
Parliamentarians have suggested to replace the provision of Secretary of Ministry of Communication leading the recommendation committee with National Assembly chair. They have also demanded one of the committee members be one of the former chairpersons of Press Council and the other member chairperson of the Committee on Education, Health and IT of the House of Representatives. Time now for international update. 6 people, including a 14-year-old girl, were killed when Russia fired a guided missile at a playground and a 12-story residential building in the northwestern state of Kharkiv, Ukraine. The BBC has reported that 59 people were injured in the attack. According to Ukrainian authorities, 9 of the injured are children. Expressing anger at the attack, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has asked Western countries for permission to enter deep into Russia and launch long-range missiles. Meanwhile, Ukraine urged Mongolia to arrest Russian President Vladimir Putin during his visit. After it was announced that Putin will visit Mongolia next week, Ukraine asked for his arrest. In 2023, the International Criminal Court, ICC, issued an arrest warrant against Putin for committing war crimes in Ukraine. Zelensky asked Mongolian authorities to execute the binding international arrest warrant and transfer Putin to International Criminal Court in The Hague. ICC spokesperson Dr. Fadi Al-Abdallah responded that member states are free to follow the court's order. On the other hand, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov termed the warrant issued by the court against Putin as insulting and said that Russia is not worried about Mongolia arresting President Putin during his visit there next week. Social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, has been banned in Brazil after failing to meet a deadline set by a Supreme Court judge to name a new legal representative in the country. Alexandre de Moraes ordered the immediate and complete suspension of the social media platform until it complies with all court orders and pays existing fines. In the decision, Moraes ordered the full and immediate suspension in the country until all related court orders on Twitter were complied with, including the payment of fines amounting 18.5 million reais, which is $3.28 million US, and the nomination of a legal representative in Brazil. The justice has given companies such as Apple and Google a 5-day deadline to remove X from its application stores and block its use on iOS and Android systems. Meanwhile, the bank accounts of Musk's satellite internet firm Starlink have been frozen in Brazil following an order by the country's Supreme Court. The row began in April with the judge ordering the suspension of dozens of X accounts for allegedly spreading disinformation. Reacting to the decision, Elon Musk said, "Free speech is the bedrock of democracy, and as an unelected pseudo-judge in Brazil is destroying it for political purposes." Doctors in Kinshasa, the capital, in fact, of Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, carried out treatment for patients suffering from Mpox yesterday as hospitals continue to fight a surge in cases. Medical workers have been on high alert since the WHO declared Mpox a global public health emergency earlier this month. Dr. Jose Pululu, the head of the Mpox Center at Vienna, detailed their approach to managing severe and critical cases. Pululu highlighted how Mpox can lead to serious complications if not attended to, including genital lesions. The World Health Organization announced yesterday that Mpox vaccines are expected to arrive in Congo in the coming days to combat a new strain of the virus. According to WHO official Tim Nguyen, approximately 230,000 doses are ready for distribution, donated by European Commission and a Danish vaccine manufacturer. Despite the push for vaccination, some patients are hesitant about being inoculated. Earlier this month, the WHO declared Mpox a global public health emergency following an outbreak in the DRC that has spread to neighboring countries. The organization reported over 18,000 suspected cases and 629 deaths in Congo this year alone, with more than 150 confirmed cases in Burundi. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.